Appalachia, a landscape of tremendous beauty and biodiversity, with a rich natural and cultural heritage, is being plundered by the coal industry. Across the coal fields of West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia, operators of surface mines are leveling mountains, polluting water, destroying future possibilities for nature and people, helping cook the planet, and turning North America's most ancient mountains into an undeclared national sacrifice zone in search of maximum profit and so-called cheap power. Mountaintop removal is strip mining on steroids, a radically destructive form of surface mining that leaves a wake of destruction. From extraction to combustion to waste disposal, burning coal from sheared-off mountains is anything but cheap. The costs to the landscape, to wildlife, to healthy waterways and human communities are incalculable and growing with every mountain slated for execution. First, the forest is scraped away, sometimes clear-cut, sometimes the trees are bulldozed into a pile and burned. A pad is cleared and drilling rigs bore a series of holes that are filled with explosives. The resulting blast may rattle houses, disturb wildlife, and spray a large area with dust and flying rock. A mere handful of workers using giant machines decapitate the mountain piece by piece. The resulting rubble, what the coal industry calls overburden, is pushed into adjacent valleys, creating massive valley fills, which destroy the ecologically crucial headwater streams that had been there before. Some 2,000 miles of Appalachian streams have already been filled or severely degraded by mountaintop removal mining. The unprocessed coal is transported to a prep plant where a toxic soup of chemicals is used to remove impurities from the raw coal before it's sold. Prep plants, which also process coal from underground mines, produce vast quantities of liquid waste called coal sludge or slurry. Coal slurry waste is commonly injected into abandoned underground mines, which can lead to groundwater contamination. But most often it's stored in unlined lagoons or surface impoundments created near mountaintop removal mines. Hundreds of these slurry impoundments are scattered across the coal fields. Some individual impoundments are permitted to store billions of gallons of coal sludge waste. The riches generated by mining, like the coal, are mostly exported outside the region. There is a remarkable correlation between the coalfield areas most affected by surface mining and high poverty rates. When the coal is burned, it spews mercury and other heavy metals into the atmosphere. Coal-burning power plants, many of them old and without adequate pollution controls, are the nation's major source of industrial air pollution and are estimated to cause 24,000 premature, avoidable deaths and tens of thousands of non-fatal heart attacks among U.S. citizens every year. Coal-burning power plants are also the single largest source of America's global warming pollution. And after the carbon-rich rock is burned, mountains of ash remain. Coal combustion waste typically contains arsenic, mercury, chromium, cadmium, and various other pollutants, but its disposal is unregulated under federal law. The massive coal ash spill into Tennessee's Emory River in December 2008 was yet another reminder that burning coal is a toxic process from cradle to grave. A mountaintop removal mine may be the ultimate symbol of our failed energy economy, one that allows natural capital, in this case the most diverse forest in North America, to be liquidated by corporations for short-term profit. The practical effects of surface coal mining on the ecosystems and human communities of Appalachia are anything but symbolic. Flooding, narrow mountain roads filled with overloaded coal trucks, coal dust from blasting and prep operations, polluted waterways, and dying communities. These are everyday realities for people living throughout the Appalachian coalfields. It would be a mistake, however, to think that mountaintop removal mining is just a regional issue. We are a wasteful society, using twice as much electricity per person as some countries with a comparable standard of living. Surface-mined coal from Appalachia powers just a tiny percentage of U.S. electrical production, an amount easily eliminated from the energy mix by conservation. But roughly half of total U.S. electricity still comes from burning coal. Millions of Americans are affected by air and water pollution from coal-burning power plants, and every American, indeed every living thing on Earth, has a stake in the effort to stop global warming by leaving coal, the dirtiest of all fossil fuels, in the ground, and transitioning to a sustainable energy economy based on renewables. Ultimately, there will be a future beyond coal, for the planet, for the landscape of Appalachia, and for the region's proud citizens who are fighting to end mountaintop removal. Across Appalachia, a grassroots movement led by ordinary people is pushing back against the forces destroying their beloved mountains. These activists are countering the dirty lie that coal burning can be made clean, and challenging every American to open their eyes to the plunder of Appalachia, to witness the destruction and ask themselves, is this necessary? Is this desirable? Is this the legacy, blown up mountains and polluted waters, that we wish to leave to future generations? Citizens from around the country are joining the effort to protect the beautiful curves and folds of these ancient mountains and create vibrant, healthy communities in a landscape that for too long has been treated as a resource colony by distant corporations. The needed economic transition must steer away from corporate profit toward sustainable, durable economies that respect local traditions and are environmentally sound. The challenge before us as a nation is to act quickly, to move toward a post-coal future before more mountains are turned into moonscapes. With roughly 500 mountains sacrificed already, how much longer will Americans allow this outrage, the plundering of Appalachia, to continue?